So a couple weeks ago, actually, I was at work. I work at Staples, and in the back we have a baler. For those of you that don't know what a baler is, it's a giant mechanical machine that's used to crush cardboard boxes to make it easier to recycle them and stuff. And my problem with the baler is there's a lot of stickers, a lot of signage on the baler. Most of the signs make sense. Don't put your hand in the baler, you'll lose fingers. That's one I'm fine with. But there was one sticker on this baler that really messed me up, that really changed my perception of how this world is, because I'm an optimist. The sticker was dead in the center of the baler, as if to say, this is the most important thing not to do with this baler. On this sticker was a red circle with a line through it, as if to say, don't do this with the baler. And underneath that circle with a line through it was a picture of a box with a baby in it.
Yeah.
What? Like, okay, first thing, if you're putting a baby in the box, already you're a monster. If you're putting a baby in a box in a baler, you're a demon and possessed. You need to be exorcised. That's a problem. Because if that's not something that happens on accident. If you go to lift a box, like if it feels like a baby, if it sounds like a baby, maybe don't put it in a baler. Like maybe that's just not where a baby should be. Number two, whoever put that sticker on the baler really believes that that would stop somebody from murdering a baby. Like that they would see a sticker, be halfway through the process and be like, Well, lucky for you, Junior, somebody put a sticker on this baler. Looks like I'm gonna have to find another way to get rid of you. To the staircase. And then like they go to a staircase. Number three, why that really messes with me. It's because I know how rules work. I know how stickers get made. I know how democracy exists. For that sticker to exist, this had to happen more than one time. Because if it happened one time, that's like a story around the office. Like, hey, what happened to Crazy Steve? Oh yeah, he put a baby in a box in a baler. Yeah, he's in jail now, getting beat on by everybody. Everybody? Yeah, everybody. Well, he does deserve it. He's possessed by Satan. That's true. And that would be the story in the office. But this happened so many times that a guy had to go, listen guys, about this baby box baler situation, it's too much. It's too much. So I made a sticker. I put it dead center right here so everybody knows, don't put your baby boxes in the baler. Like it's just baffling to me that this keeps happening. I can't keep going down to the recycling place with these baby crushings and going like, I don't know what they are doing in the thing. Like, they're gonna stop believing me at a certain point. So let's just stop putting our babies in the baler and this won't be an issue anymore. I'm a Christian. I rep Team Jesus. It's one of those things though that like, I feel like if you rep a religion, you have to acknowledge the like craziness that comes in that religion. Like you have to acknowledge how weird the stories are in your religion. And one of the wacky stories from my religion that I love is the story of Job. For those of you that don't know the story of Job, it goes a little something like this. So one day, God and Satan are hanging out. Right off the bat, it's weird. Why is God next to Satan in any capacity? That the next part of that story isn't God turning to Satan and going, didn't I banish you? And then Satan being like, da-na-na-na-na-na. Like, that's weird to me. But we move past it. So God and Satan are hanging out, and Satan's like, hey God, I bet you I could torture that guy Job that loves you so much into not loving you anymore. Gotta call time out again. This is the point in the story where I realized Satan is stupid. Because if I was gonna make a bet with anybody, it wouldn't be God. It wouldn't be the guy that knows and sees all. That just sounds like a losing bet. Like, he's essentially psychic. You're not going to win those bets. And if you do, you know they let you win, right? Like, that's all that is. But anywho, God's like, okay, yeah, sure, because, I don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, go ahead and do what you got to do. Luckily for Satan, this bet wasn't like a real bet. You know how like in a real bet, you put something up and you have something to lose? Not this bet. These two made a bet like two middle schoolers make a bet. Like, I bet you won't eat that bug. And then somebody eats a bug and it's like, that just happened. That's what they're doing except with like torturing a guy. So Satan goes down, properly tortures this guy for months on end. Like, gives him disease, wipes out his crops, kills his family. And then like at the end of it, Job is like, man, even though all this bad stuff is happening, I still love me some God. So Satan's like, dang it. goes over to God like, I guess you were right. God's like, I told you so. Satan goes his way. God goes over to Job and is like, hey, thanks for being such a good sport about the whole torturing you thing. You know what, here's a new wife and more land. And that's the end of the story. It's just sometimes God makes messed up bets with Satan, and good luck with that. Thing number 2 that's wacky in my religion that I really, it hits me in a way, but you know, it is. Thing number 2, 10 Commandments. The reason the 10 Commandments mess with me is because the 10 Commandments, as we were told, are the top 10 rules as given by God of how people should treat each other. Top 10 rules of how people should treat each other as given by God. Here's my problem with that. Top 10 rules of how people should treat each other, but rape and slavery just didn't make the list. Other things made the list. Stealing made the list. Murder made the list. Honor your parents made the list. Don't look at your neighbor's ox made the list. But rape and slavery are just fine. That just doesn't need to be on there. So it makes me rethink that story. Because the story we were told is Moses goes up the mountain. God's like, here's my top 10 rules. Moses comes back down the mountain, sees everybody in the town sinning, gets so worked up that he breaks the tablets, so he has to go back up the mountain. God gives him a new set of rules. I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened was he went up the mountain. God said, here's my top 10 rules. He said, oh, okay. As he was coming down the mountain, he was reading over the rules. Number 1 was don't rape people. He was like, what? We're not even doing that. That's crazy. Why would you even put that on there? Rule number 2 was don't molest kids. I don't think it would have stopped anything or made it bad. I just feel like it would have helped the situation given the church's history with that. It would have made it a harder argument to make. So I feel like it was number 2. And so it's like, don't need to put that in our face. It's not like we're doing that all the time. Number 3 was no slavery. He was like, how am I supposed to get work done? Broke the tablets. It was like, oh, what have I done? Okay, man, I gotta come up with something. Goes back up the mountain. Hey, God, crazy story. I went down the mountain and everybody was being all sinning and stuff. They were worshiping cows and whatnot. It was crazy. So you're going to have to give me a new set of rules. The guy was like, mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, just a little thing. I know you're God, you got it, but just tiny little edit from me, you know, as a person telling you. You don't need to put the rape and slavery stuff in there. Like, we got that. We're humans. We're not bad people. Like, you made us. We're good. You don't need to put that in there. Like, it's cool. And so God gives them the new rules. And that's the 10 Commandments we know. So to me, Moses was like the first not all men guy. So me and my body, I feel like we're not on the same team. Like, I feel like we used to be really cool and now we're not. I feel like my relationship with my body is a lot like 2 friends who fell out from high school. Because like when I was younger, I used to be able to like run into a room and I'd be like, hey body, tonight we're gonna have 3 huge bags of potato chips, 2 full cases of Mountain Dew, these cheeseburgers, and a cake. We're gonna do it all in the next 30 minutes and it's gonna be great. And my body would be like, yeah, put that in me right now so I can burn it into energy and so we can play video games. And it was a good time. But more recently, we can't do that. Like, I can't do what I used to do, and it sucks. Because, like, now I kind of, like, briskly walk into the room to my body, and I'm like, hey, body, I got some KFC, and I just wanted to have, like, a little bit of it so then we could, you know, be cool. And my body's like, if you put that in me, I'm gonna hurt you. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? It's just KFC. Dude, that's chemicals. If you put it in me, I'm gonna hurt us. I'm gonna give us a headache. I'm gonna make your stomach hurt. It's just bad. Don't do it. And I'm like, but I want it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. Sometimes you're cool. You're gonna be cool. I'm just gonna have it. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have it. I take a bite. Immediately I start having a heart attack. Just, body, come on, don't do this. Really? Don't do this? Yeah, good. It hurts. It hurts so bad. I warned you this will happen. We gotta go to work in like 3 hours and you are having a heart attack. Okay, just, you know, I promise I'll be better after this. I promise. You promise? I promise. Okay, then just go to the kitchen, get some Tums, drink some water, you'll be fine. Okay, I promise I'm gonna be better after this. I'm gonna be better. I'm never better. I just continue eating garbage all my life, and it's been working out pretty okay, but not okay. But I don't know, my body's been like, actually getting back at me. Like I'm starting to, I know I don't treat my body right because I'm starting to get like old people body problems. I feel like I shouldn't have the issues that I've had. Like again, I was out in the club and I was dancing, I was doing me, I was having a good old time, and halfway through, like I was dancing, I was getting it, and then just in the middle of dancing, my leg was like, hey, you having a good time? I was like, yeah. It was like, yeah? I was like, yeah. He was like, haha, that's funny, cause lock. And my whole night just went from an 8 to a 5. And I just like wobbled over to a bar and I just leaned up. I was like, you know what was I thinking? You right, leg. I don't know what I'm just gonna lean on this bar and do the skip it motion. You guys remember skip it? Like the game that you play, just skipping over a rope? That's what I did for the rest of that night. But yeah, and I get it. Like, I get it why my body is treating me that way, because I don't feed it right. Like, because every time, the only thing I eat is, like, cheeseburgers. Like, that's my main meal. That's what I like. Like, that's what I'm into. So, like, when I go to, like, a fast food place, and I don't even get, like, a cheeseburger like I should get a cheeseburger. Like, I get a cheeseburger with no vegetables, no onions, no mustard. Like, essentially, I go up to the window, and I, like, go, hey, can you give me a cheeseburger? Remove everything good about a cheeseburger. I know we're talking about a cheeseburger here, but just any semblance of healthy, just take it off of there. In fact, if there was a way I could get that without bread, that would be awesome. If you could deep fry that meat patty that I know isn't real cow, and that cheese that you call American, because I can only assume it's fake, and then just throw that at my face as I drive by the window, that's what I feel like I want to put in my body right now. And then I do that. So of course, my body's not exactly on my team anymore. But yeah, words. Yeah, I think that's all I want to run tonight, so thank you.
Cute girls around my whole life, I can't talk to them, don't know why. Don't get me wrong, I've tried, but every time I do get stopped by butterflies. Other guys, they make it look easy, but everyone says I just have to be me. But that's hard when your stomach gets squeezy. They don't really know how they know if they need me. But I know I gotta man up, that's the only way I'ma get her if I get her. All these thoughts are in my head when I talk to you. Hi, my name is Zero and I think you're cute.